Okay, we have something to refer to. So that's the reason why I had noted down, because when before I go for the class, I kind of do some reading myself.
Oh, inequalities.
Inequalities, yeah. I think we solved few sums, right, with inequalities. Okay, okay,
Linear relationships.
okay.
And then word problems.
Yeah, and then altering the number of solutions also, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me. And did you get a chance to see the video that I loaded yesterday?
Oh, no.
No, it's okay. I mean, take your time. No rush. The reason why I was asking you is because, I mean, when you watch the video, primarily just to see if the video actually helps you doing revision. Because I might go on with my own speed, but when somebody watches it offline, that gives you a better sense of whether that video is of any use or not, right? Okay. And then comes, okay, then we had something to talk about solving word problems and then learning the slope intercept form and standard form. Okay. So in today's class, the other thing that we'll do, we'll try doing some sums with the concept that we've learned so far. Then we will also deal with some word problems. Okay. I will kind of cook up the problems on the fly and let's see if you're able to solve them. Then we will talk about the two forms of linear equation. One is called line intercept form and other one is called standard form. Okay. So let's start with our, but before I start, anything that you believe we can, I should explain from what we learned yesterday. Anything that was not clear, ambiguous, doubtful. Okay. So let's try relating a word problem with a math. I think we did with one sum yesterday, right? When we were talking about IPL and then, yeah. Okay. Now let's try solving a problem. Since your dad is here, I will involve him also in the problem. So let's say your age, okay? Here let's try solving with 3 variables. That's what we will do with a word problem. Let's say your age is 1/3 of your dad's age. Okay? So I don't know your age, I don't know your dad's age so far. Okay? So your age, I'm writing Y as yours, me as my age, and D is for daddy. So your age is 1/3 of daddy's age. This is the first statement. Your daddy and I joined together, I started working together, but he is probably 1 year younger than me. Okay? So your daddy is 1 year younger than me. Okay? My age is double of the last 2 digits of the current year. What is current year? 2024. So my age is double of the last 2 digits of the current year. This is all story, right? One of my students' age is 1/3. This is how the question will be, right? It will be one of my students' age is 1/3 of her father's age. Father has started working with another colleague almost at the same time, but he is 1 year younger than his colleague. Colleague's age is double of the last 2 digits of the current years. Find out the age of colleague of dad's age, and the girl's age. That question is for you. Let's see how you are going to solve it. And I would prescribe using that Tran technique. Okay. that I keep selling it loud and clear. Done? Let's see. So, I'm just repeating the question so that you can just review if this is in line with what it is supposed to be. My student's age is 1/3 of her father's age. Her father started working at the same time as me, but is 1 year younger than me. My age is double of the last two digits of the current year. Okay, now tell me what is your finding? What is the age of father, girl, and teacher? How many did you get?
The teacher is 48.
Okay.
And then the dad is 47.
Okay.
And then the girl is 15.2.
15 point? Okay. 15.2. So basically, okay.
Yeah.
And how did you go about this?
First, I found the teacher's age because it was double the last two digits of the year, so it was 48. And then the dad's age was 1 minus
Okay.
the teacher's age, so I got 47.
Mm-hmm.
And then I divided it by 3 because the girl is 1/3 of the father's age.
Yeah. So, girl's age would be 15.67, right? 47 divided by 3, it should be 15.66 years. Or I would say, okay, you first do it, then I will tell you what I would do.
Right.
Yeah, 15.66
I
something.
still got 15.2, but I don't know.
Okay, let's see. So we'll come to that. I don't really care much about the answer. I care more about the approach, because if the approach is right, I can solve hundreds of sums, right? So in this case, first I want to hear the approach, and this always aligns with this technique. This one you can ignore. It is one time belief. Read the question again and again. That's what you did. You heard me say this question a couple of times. So my student's age is 1/3 of her father's age. Okay, that's a very clear statement. My student's age is 1/3 of her father's age. Wonderful. Her father started working at the same time as me, but is 1 year younger than me. So this statement has two parts to it. This is one part. from here to here, and this is the second part. When you read this couple of times, you realize that this part is not of much use from calculation point of view. I started the same time, doesn't matter. Nobody's bothered about it. So you, after reading a couple of times, you realize, okay, the actual information is lying here. Yeah. So there are three people. Let's say student's age, or I'll not call you student. I'll call you. Yeah. Is 1/3 of her father's age. This was your first equation that you got. Second equation was her father started working at the same time as me, but 1 year younger than me. So let's say my age is me, father's age is F. M minus 1 is equal to father's age. So you got the second equation. And the third equation is in the sentence. My age is double of the last 2 digits of the current year. Current year is what? 2024. Last 2 digits, double of this, 24 into 2 equals 14. I'm not 48 yet, getting closer to it. But yeah, this is, I was just like related, okay? So you got that, okay. So teacher's age, or my age is 24 into 2. So this is the third equation. So basically what happens is, when you look at the question, like a word problem like this, if I give this question to anybody randomly, okay, without an approach, I can safely assume that 50 to 60% students will actually struggle or take much longer to kind of solve it. The reason being, not everybody goes in a sequential manner. We have to always know that reading is a very, very important part of solving a problem. If you read it well, and then you do your analysis, meaning deciding your blueprint, then it becomes much easier. Okay? So I'll not keep bragging about it, but yeah, this is very important. So this is what you did. Now coming back to your point, you found father's age as 47, teacher's age or my age is 48. Your age, you are saying that as 47 by 3. So it has two parts, right? 45 plus 2. 45 years plus 2 years. This 2 years converts to 24 months. Why I'm breaking it down, because I'm just trying to get to the exact number of months here. So 45, so this is 45 by 3 means 47 by 3 means 45 by 3 plus 2 by 3. 45 by 3 gives you 15. This part is okay. Now the 2 years gives you 24 months. 24 by 3 gives you 8 months. So you can say 15 years and 8 months, or if you have to say 8 months in terms of years, you will not worry much about it. You will just divide this by 3. This gives you 15, 3 are 45, then 2. Then you put a dot, 2 becomes 20, 3, 6 are 18, then you have 2 more. So again, dot makes it 1 more 0, 3, 6 are 18, and it goes on. So 15.66 or 15, but if you do some rounding, you might say 15.67. But show me how it came 15.2.
I did make this. No. I put the 2 on the side. 27. I put it for a long time.
Okay.
And then got more 17. And then 17. 3 goes into 17 5 times. Right? And then I got 15. And I got 2 as a reminder. And so I just.
Dot. Okay. No, you not do that.
Oh.
Well, because when you do a dot, what happens is it gets you a 0 here, and then your division continues. Okay, so I know these are tiny stuff, but it's important. So let's spend 2 minutes here. I'm pausing this. Alright, so this is a word problem. Now let's think about. Okay? Yesterday you were saying that if you have some questions you want to ask. Do you have some?
Oh, I was just wondering how to do like logarithms and exponentials.
Exponentials. So logarithms is the next step of our next stage of exponentials, right? Okay, let's start here. I'm just showing you a number. Here, if I just look at this as a number, it is 2 to the power 4, meaning 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. If I have a number like this, it is 3 into 3. In terms of exponents, how do we read this? This is an exponent scenario where your base is 2 to the power 4, which means this. So this is your base, this is your exponent or power, whatever you call it. Yeah? This is the exponent form. We'll come to this. And when you come to talk about logarithms, right, it is always assumed as, here we are saying 2 to the power 4. When you say log of something, okay, that assumes to the power 10. Base is 10. Here the base is 2. So we'll come to a log. We'll talk about logs. Let me do one thing. I don't want to go all over the place when it comes to talking about log. I will look at your syllabus and make sure that I cover all those things from logs perspective in the next class. But here, let's cover the exponent part, because that's the basic concept. And if we are very clear about that, it will help us relate with the logs in a better way. So let's look at these kind of things to begin with. This is the base. Okay? Then next level is logs. So when we look at this, what does it mean? Whatever is the power, that many times I will multiply this number. If I have this, here the power is 2. I will do 2 times. If somebody says this, my base is 7, exponent is 6 or power is 6. What it means is 6 times of 7. Multiplication of 7, 6 times. That's the basic part. Right? Now, did we touch upon this one in the previous classes? Briefly, no? Okay. If I have, what will be the answer for this one? How will you find this out? Would you multiply that many times?
I would add the exponents.
Yes. We'll add the exponents, that is 4 plus 3. That will be 2 power 7. This is the right answer. Now, if I ask you why?
It's, if you write it out, you have 7 exponents. 7 times.
Yes. I think you know it quite well conceptually. That is why you are able to answer this. So this is 2 to the power 4 and this is 2 to the power 3. We just exploded that like a child. And now we know that if I am multiplying 2 with 2 another time, it becomes 2 to the power 2. If I am multiplying 3 times, it becomes 2 to the power 3. Here I am multiplying 7 times, it becomes 2 to the power 7. Yeah? So, this is the basic formula, basic concept. Why? So, if I have 7 to the power 14 to be multiplied by 7 to the power 8, you can do it very easily.
Yeah.
Then it will be 7 to the power 22. But if I add this twist, what it will be?
You have to subtract.
Subtract 3. Yeah. So basically what you will do is, this will become minus 3. So all that you are multiplying, if they have the same base, you can add the exponents. If you are dividing and it has the same base, you will subtract the exponent. But let's see the next level of this. if I have 4 to the power 8 and 2 to the power 4, what that becomes?
Do you multiply the exponent?
Yes, you need to. You need to. I'm just making you think, that's all. I know you have done it 100 times. I'm just making you think, that's all. Yeah. What will be the answer here?
Oh, 32.
4 to the power 32. And that is because it's very simple. To something to the power 4, that means that same thing that many times. And if you add them, you are adding 8 4 times. So basically it's same as multiplying 8 with this. So this part also you know. Okay. So I'll give you one small example. Now, okay, let's not do this. If I have 100, I can write this as 10 to the power 2. Yeah? Or there is a different way of writing that in logarithm. It says, I will only write the exponent part. I will not write the base because my assumed base is always 10. So they will say log, they will say log of 100 equals 2, or log of 10 equals 1, because log of 10 is same as 10 to the power 1, and they will say I will write this as only the exponent part. My final answer will be 1 because it is as good as log 10 base 10. That's the way it is interpreted. So if you have log of 1000 to be written as base of 10, it will be 3 because this is 10 to the power 3. So this is just a representation. Okay. Let me go through all that you need to learn from a log perspective in 10th grade, and I will cover that up. But this is the base. So if somebody says log of outside, that's what I'm hearing. How come my child sound is coming from inside, which is unfamiliar to me. Okay, if somebody says log of 4 to the power, I mean with the base 2, it will be 2. Because I was saying that no, log mostly uses 10 as a base. If nothing is mentioned, then we know that okay, log of 10 is 1 because yeah. So here, if I am forcing that base as 2, this will be 2. Okay. But anyways, let me go through our syllabus and then we'll talk about it. Let's go to the next part of what we are trying to learn. Okay. So we learned about the linear equation, right? Linear equation is any equation, be it with 1 variable, 2 variable, 3 variable. We'll not go to three variables for now. We can look at linear equation with 1 variable or 2 variable, just for the sake of simplicity for now. That's it. This is a linear equation. This is a linear equation. This is a not a linear equation.
Because
I was just tricking you. Okay. So basically, when I say linear equation, it cannot have a power more than 1 for any other variable. Okay. You can have power more than 1 for your constants though. You can say this is 4y, and then 4 becomes 4 you can always write as 2 square. That doesn't matter much. But any of your variable, if it has a power more than 1, that means it's not a linear equation. If it has 2, for any other variable, that becomes a quadratic equation, which we will learn later. For now, the first thumb rule that we have to remember is, any equation will be a linear equation if the variable of the equation has maximum power as 1. Okay? I can always say this as 7y to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 equals 1. To the power 0 equals 1. 5 million to the power 0 is 1. I have this much money. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, anything to the power 0 is 1 except this scenario. 0 to the power 0 will never be 1. It will be 0. This is the only exception. Other than that, any number that you can pick up, any variable, any constant that you can pick up, put as power 0, that is 1. Now here, why I was saying that was because this is a linear equation where you have power as 1 and you still have a power as 0 also. You can convert any number like a variable. I can say this one as 3x to the power 0. It's the same thing because x to the power 0 is 1, so it is 3 to 1. Yeah. So that's why any linear equation by definition simply means an equation with 1 or 2 variables. For now, we'll not do 3 variables, we'll keep it simple for now. So any equation with 1 or 2 variables will be a linear equation if the maximum power to the variable is 1. Okay. Now, and did I mention a linear equation helps you plot a line? Yeah, because line is there inside the linear equation. Okay. So if you pick up any linear equation, and you try plotting it on a graph paper, it will be a line always. Let's pick up, let's say x by y equal to 3. The linear equation. I can write this as x equal to 3y also. Yeah. Both the variables have only power 1, it's a linear equation. Let's try plotting it. How will you plot? Pick up one value for x and see what is the corresponding value for y. I pick up 0. If x is 0, what is the value of y? 0. So this is my first coordinate. 0 and 0. This is my first point of the line. I pick x equals to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I picked up x as 1. Okay. What is the corresponding value of y? 3. So x as 1, 3, y as 3. Sorry, wrong. Yeah, x equals to 1, x equal to 3y. What is that I'm doing? Okay, okay, so x equals to 3y. If I put x as 1, what is the value of y? 1 by 3. So it's like this. X equal to 3y. I am putting value of x as 1. So 1 equals to 3y. Y equals 1 by 3. It comes this side. Yeah. So that's why I was probably picking up the wrong. Here what I will do is, since x is a multiple of y, so I will pick value of y actually. I picked up y as 0. What is the value of x? 0. I pick y as 1. What is the value of x now? Multiply y by 3. So that is 3. I pick y as 2. It will be 6. Okay. I pick one more. Y is 3. X is 9. 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 9, somewhere here. When you join them, it will be a straight line. This is one example. How we plot a line with using a linear equation. This is the approach you'll follow. Okay. If somebody gives you y equals to 3x plus 2 and says plot a line on the graph paper. Very easy thing. This is my graph paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it will be minus 1, here it will be plus 1. Same way here it will be minus. This is clear, right? This one you must be knowing. Okay, now what I will do to plot this? First I will pick a 0 for x. It's always easy, right? You pick 0 for x, 0 for y and see what are those 2 points. You can simply join them and you will find the line. Or if you want to play with it further, you can keep on putting, let's say put x equals to 1 now. Let's put x equals to 2 now. Ultimately you just need 2 points to draw a line. So let's put x equals 0. If x equals 0, what is the value of y? 2? Yeah. Okay. One more request to you. Never be afraid of making a mistake. Because that is when we think too much. Whatever comes to your mind, just say it. And if you go wrong, I'll correct you. Don't worry about it. Don't be shy or don't think, oh, is that the right answer? Am I going right? It's okay to make mistakes. And I don't give marks here, right? It's fine. Okay, so 2. You said 2. My first point is x equals to 2, y equals to 0. This is my first point. So x equals to 0. It will be on this axis, y equals to 2. This is the point which has value of 0 and 2, correct? Now, let's change the game. I will put, let's see what is the value of x when the value of y is 0. Okay? When the value of y is 0, what is the value of x? I'm just substituting the value, right? So 3x equals minus 2 because this guy goes here. This part is okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So x equals minus 2 by 3. Yeah. Minus 2 by 3. So this is less than 1. So when y is 0, so y is 0 on this x-axis. X equals to minus 2 by 3, somewhere here. Yeah. This is the second point. I will just join these 2 lines. This is my line. Now, here comes the 2 concepts that we need to know about the linear equation. One is called line intercept form and second is called standard form. Have you come across this before?
Yeah.
So how do you write a linear equation in the line intercept form?
Is it okay? Standard. I know standard form is mx plus b.
It's the other way around. So line intercept form is like this: y equals to mx plus b, and standard form is ax plus by plus c equals 0. So this is a standard form. Like you have 2 variables. This is one constant, this is another constant, this is third constant. Okay? And this is the line intercept form where, if you look at this, this is one variable, this is second variable. This is the intercept, meaning this is where it touches the y-axis when x is 0. And m is nothing but the slope. So that's why it's called, it's not line intercept form. I said something wrong. It's called slope intercept form.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? So this is the slope and this is the intercept. So that is why this is called slope-intercept form, where y is one variable, this is another variable, this is the slope, meaning whether the line is like this or whether the line is lying down or whether the line is going this way. Okay? If m is positive, it is like this. If m is negative, it is like this. Meaning, now let's look at this. This part clear, right? So far. I mean, I'm not going into the details because I know this you must be knowing already. I'm just doing a recap. So if I'm looking at a graph, okay, let's say my line is y equal to mx plus b in the slope-intercept form. This. If m is greater than 0, that means slope is positive. Okay, meaning value of y divided by value of x. This is what is called slope. Let's pick up this point. Okay. Okay. What is the value of x here? This distance. What is the value of y? This distance. Let's say this is 2 and this is 3. Okay. So here at this point, what will be the value of y by x? Y by x, it will be 3 by 2. Yeah. This gives you the slope. Okay. If you're looking at this, okay, a line being drawn like this, any point you pick up, okay, here let's say this is 4. From here to here it is 4. This is 4. And here to here, let's say it is, let's say 5. 5 on the negative side, so that will be minus 5. Here the slope will be y by, I'm writing like a doctor with this. So y by x, you have planned to become a doctor?
No.
No, because that's what we have grown up, okay? Whenever my writing is bad, my parents used to tell me that, oh, you are writing like a doctor. So that's what I was doing here, so that reminded me of my childhood. Okay, so y by x, let's say at this point. Any point that you pick up on the line, okay? If you find out the corresponding y and x value of that point, if you do y by x, it will tell you the slope, basically. So here, what has come? Value of y is what? Let's say we said 4. 4. What is the value of x here? Minus 5. So this gives you a negative. So if the slope or value of y by x at any point on the line gives you a positive, that means it is in the first quadrant. If it is giving you a negative, that is in the second quadrant. Okay. The third and fourth quadrant also not going there. You can certainly relate that, but we'll come to that later. Okay? Let's go a little deeper into the slope-intercept form. So, if I'm talking about equation like this, okay, very simple equation. Somebody say, okay, I have an equation like 4x plus 3y minus minus 2 equals 0. Find out the slope and the y-intercept. What you will do is, you will convert this equation into this form. So, try writing this equation like y equal to mx plus b. Meaning, y should be on one side. So, I will put 3y on one side. Everything else goes to other side. So, this guy goes here. 4x becomes minus 4x. Minus 2 goes this side. Minus 2 becomes plus 2. We are closer to the slope-intercept form. But we have 3y. We don't need that. I want to knock off 3 also. I want to keep it like y. So that means this is 3 into y. Now 3, which is multiplication, which is getting multiplied here, is going to be a dividing here. So, yeah, Or I can break it down further and say, okay, this is minus 4x by 3 plus 2 by 3. I just split that. Now this is somewhat closer to the y-intercept form. So now the equation has become y equals to minus 4 by 3x plus 2 by 3. This is my m, slope, yeah, and this is my intercept, a b. Now you tell me, what is intercept? Do you know it?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's
Here?
when the y is 0.
Yeah, it's where the line touches the y-axis. That's what the intercept is. So here, by looking at this equation, you know that if I'm looking at this graph and this line is being plotted somewhere, I know for sure that it is touching y-axis somewhere in this side. Either in the first quadrant or second quadrant, but on the positive side, it's not going to negative side. Okay, it's touching somewhere here. This is one of the points that you already found. Yeah, because this is where x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is 2 by 3. Yeah, so this is the intercept. Now you have the slope. There will be questions to relate to that. We'll try figuring it out. So, and this is the slope. So that means y by x equals to minus 4 by 3, or y equals minus 4 by 3 into x, because this is the slope. This is the slope in this equation. If you want to find the second point, what will you do? Let's put x equals to, you cannot put x equals to 0, right? Because x equals to 0, you have already found a point. Yeah? So you don't want to touch that same point. That will not help you draw a line. What you want to do is put x equals to 1. Let's see. What is the second point that I am talking about? So if I put x equals to 1, this becomes y equals minus 4 by 3. So if x equals to 1, let's say here, y equals to minus 4 by 3. So that is in this direction. And this is 1, this is 2. It's somewhere between 1 and 2. So it will come probably here somewhere. So your point is this one, 1 and 4 by 3. If you join these two lines, that becomes your line. So basically, any equation, any linear equation that you have, you can convert that to this form to draw a line, or you can simply use the same equation, put the different value of x, find the corresponding value of y, and use that for drawing the line. Now, let me give you one more clue. Let's say I have two equations, 3x plus 4y minus 17 equals 0, 2x minus 3y plus 6 equals to 0. I have two equations. And somebody says, okay, solve this equation. I can try solving it. What will I do?
You can. So you subtract it.
You can, yeah, that is one method where you can subtract also, or add them together, whatever works for you, right? That is one. Or
Do we equal it to each other?
I'm sorry?
Equal it to each other?
Yeah, that also you can do. There are multiple ways to solve this problem actually. Or what you will do is, okay, fine. Let me find out the value of x in this equation, and I will substitute that value in the other equation. Yeah? Let's say 2x minus 3y plus 6 equals 0. So 2x equals, this goes this side, this goes this side. So this becomes minus 3y becomes plus 3y, and plus 6 becomes minus 6. X is this one. So x equals 3y minus 6 by 2. Now I will take this value and substitute here. Right? So 3 into x. X is 3y minus 6 divided by 2 plus 4y equals oh sorry, minus 17 equals 0. So now I have only y and constants. I can solve this, right? I mean, this might not be the ideal question to solve because the numbers used are not giving you exact number, it might give you fractions and decimals. But I'm saying this is the approach you will solve. So there are two ways, 2-3 ways that you can do, right? If you don't want to deal with graph, what you will do is, let's look at it this way. Plus 2y minus 16 equals 0 and 2x minus 2y plus 17 equals 0. Here you see that, okay, one equation has this, other equation has this. One is positive, second is negative. If I just add them together, what happens? So this becomes 5x, these two get cancelled out, and 16 plus 17, this becomes 33. Yeah?
Okay, but that one is negative 16.
Oh, I got it. Good catch. Yeah. So this is plus 1. Yeah? Yeah. Good that you're still awake. I might be sleeping. Okay. So here, from this I can find out x equals to minus 1 by 5. And now I can use this value of x, put in one of the equation and solve it. This is one way of doing it. Second way is always, I will say to find. Let's find out the value of 2y from this equation. 2y is here, minus 2y is here. Let me find out the value of 2y. So I'll take this guy to this side. 2y becomes, yeah. Now I will put this value in this equation. This is ideally what you do, right? If you have two equations and two variables, you will convert one equation to find out the value of one variable in terms of the second variable and plug that value in the first equation to do this. There are two options and there could be many more. Another option is, since we are talking about the graph, let's say I'm just making it up. Okay. What I will do is, I'll blindly go to the graph paper, plot this equation. Let's say something like this. It plots with this equation, this line. I'll take this equation, again same thing. Use 0 for x, see what is the corresponding value of y. Use 1 equal to x and see what is the corresponding value of y. Find out 2-3 points and draw the line. Wherever it meets, that gives you the solution. So without doing any calculation, just use this to plot a line, use this to plot the second line, and wherever it meets, that will give you the solution. So this point, you will look at the x coordinate and y coordinate for that point where it meets. That is your answer for x and y. That is why this is another technique that you can use for solving linear equations. Same way, if you are dealing with quadratic equations, okay? Let's say two equations. When you are dealing with linear equation, when the power is 1, you get one solution or no solution. If you are dealing with power 2, you get two solutions or no solution. Here, same approach you will follow. Use this equation to plot the graph. It will be like a graph because it has power 2. Use the second equation to plot another graph. Okay? It might meet in one place or two places. Mostly if you look at the quadratic equation, it will meet in two places. Okay? So the curve might be like this. So this is where these are 2 points that gives you the x and y coordinate, and these are the two solutions you will get by quadratic equation. So again, I'm not trying to complicate this. We are still sticking to linear equation, and these are the different approaches that we follow for solving it. One is you can just deal with a normal equation like you do in algebra, find it out. You can use also LCM or factors. Let's say you have 3x minus 2y equal to 17 and this has, let's say, 17y. What you can do is, and this is not 3x, this is 2x. What you can do is multiply this equation by 2 and multiply this equation by 3. So that you get matching value of x. Then just you have y to deal with. Okay. So if you multiply this by 2, it becomes 6x plus 2 into 2, 4y minus 34 equals 0. And when you multiply this by 3, this becomes 3 to 2, 6x.
No, all of them have to be negative.
I'm sorry? Then you have to do a minus, yeah. So that you knock off one of the variable. Ultimately, the idea is to knock off or minimize the number of variables that you're dealing with so that solution, you are getting closer to the solution. Okay? 17 3 is 51. Y plus 18 equals 0. Now you subtract one from another. You have only one variable and then you can deal with that. You get the value for that, substitute that value in one of the equation, you get the answer. Okay. So different methods, different tricks, all that we will be able to deal with or practice by doing the Khan Academy. Yesterday I showed you, right? So digital SAT prep chapter 2, that is what we have learned so far. What I would suggest is go and try doing the unit test or all the tests that you see on the Khan Academy one. And it is not to get 100%, it is to reassess and see if your teacher was actually teaching you something meaningful or I was just fooling around. So if there is something that you are not clear about, that gives me an opportunity or insight into what we are going to do next. Alright?